Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Chats. We have Adam, Jules, and Simon, and myself, of course, the dude who does most of the talking when Simon can't. Last week, we had a bit of a backlash in terms of there was no more Minute with Simon. We had record numbers of people commenting on both YouTube and Facebook about the devastation that they were feeling about no more Minute with Simon. Simon, would you like to make a comment to the people, or an apology, or a recognition of their love to you?
Oh, I appreciate the love, but I will stay in retirement till I get the right offer, like Conor McGregor.
Okay, well, I've had a thought. Okay, Simon, I'm going to get your reaction to this live. Simon doesn't know about this thought yet. I teased him about it beforehand, but Simon, I have a thought. Maybe each week we try and get individuals to do different fitness activities. And if someone does the fitness activity, you will do a Minute with Simon.
Rather the cash.
So you're not getting any cash, Simon. So it's an engagement opportunity. What do you reckon?
I get to pick the fitness activity.
Yes. Only rules with the fitness activities is it has to be as long as you're talking for. So this can go either way. If they do an activity, the activity so pick an exercise realistically, yeah? And they have to do it for as long as they do the exercise, you will have to talk.
We'll give it a go.
I reckon that's a goodie, eh?
Yeah.
Does that sound all right to you? And at the end of the episode, have a think about it. Don't tell everyone now, because that's not how you get people to listen to the whole show. But at the end, we'll let the people know what that activity will have to be for this week. Does that sound fine?
Yeah.
Excellent. See, look at this. This is negotiation at its finest. Also, when's the chalk coming back? That's been a question that was brought up a lot on the YouTube channel.
Oh, people didn't know how to tidy up.
Well, are they getting a second chance?
No, they had one.
So what, we just bought a load of chalk and now it's going to sit on your shelf forever?
Ornament.
Not going for round 2 on the chalk? Like, what's going on?
Oh.
We're not going for round 2 on the chalk, or is it just sitting up there blocking Heidi out from the video? I love that you've arranged it so Heidi is blocked.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh, he didn't do it on purpose, did he say? Someone tag Heidi to watch this. All she has to do is watch the first 5 minutes. Not even. But anyway, Adam, how was your week?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Same old in the gym, and then actually, was it last week we started the program?
Yeah, it was.
Last week started the hypertrophy cluster program, which was good fun so far. Had a good session on Friday with the boys down at Freo. That was good. It was a good week of training.
Who won most of the activities on Friday?
It wasn't really a competition, was it?
It's always a competition.
The first one was a competition.
Yeah, well, relative to body weight, I don't think you won.
Doesn't matter.
That's true.
We've never done relative to body weight, ever.
Simon always pulls that card because he's by far the lightest.
Well, only recently he's been lightest. Nah, maths moves math, baby. Anyway, Jules, how are you, mate?
Good. Very good. I just want to comment on your professionalism with those headphones. You could surely untangle those before the podcast starts.
Pull them straight out of the pocket.
Yeah. But no, it was good. Like Adam said, it was a good week of training. Me, Adam, and I think Ryan started. Ryan's been doing all kinds of crazy things, but we started the hypertrophy clusters program. It's been good so far. So far, so good. And then, we had a good boys session on Friday, in which I demonstrated some unbelievable feats of strength, such as a Zercher sprint with a 180.
Zercher aeroplane turn.
So no, it was good. It was a good week last week, actually. Hopefully we can replicate it this week.
Simon, what about you, mate? Don't talk for a minute because, that'll be against your contract. But, give us a quick overview of how your weekend was / week.
Friday night was awesome. Had a 500-gram steak. Saturday night went and watched Tenet. Fell asleep. Need to watch it again. And that's about it.
Did you watch the tennis?
Tenet.
And the new movie. Yeah,
Oh, the movie.
yeah, when Gold Glass.
Oh yeah, how
fell
was that?
asleep.
That looked. You fell asleep in gold class.
Yeah.
That's an
Well, you're on a
expensive
recliner.
couple of hours, isn't it?
Big expensive
I was,
nap.
no, I was asleep for like 3 minutes, and it was like, I think, an important bit of 3 minutes. And
So you slept for half an hour.
no, 3 minutes.
Well, you thought was 3 minutes.
Did you have your whoop on to record the sleep time?
No.
Is it
Is
back
your-
working now?
Yeah, it's back working now.
How's your sleep going?
Yeah, it's better with the CBD oil. Makes a difference.
Explain to everyone what CBD oil is
Oh my
and
God,
why
Simon's
is it good.
on marijuana.
I'm smoking weed.
We'll talk about it next week, maybe in my minute if someone does the fitness activities.
Oh,
Oh, good
Oh.
stuff.
look at that. Well, my week was awesome, everyone. I went absolutely crazy and decided to do double sessions for most of the week, and I absolutely nailed it. I feel great. So, again, this week for the doubles, the doubles, I've done one session today. I built to a 3 rep max back squat, but it was a kind of a 95% of 145. Well, it's pretty good,
Lovely.
seeing as 1RM was 150. So, and that wasn't too long ago. So, same weight, more stronger. Mass moves math, baby.
Agreed.
Simon, I thought you gave me the best segue in the world to go on to tennis when you said I watched the tennis, but you obviously didn't watch the tennis. So, going to talk about tennis today, guys, because there's a couple of things that happened this morning with tennis, and me and Simon coach a fair few tennis players. Simon has been doing it a bit longer than I have. Simon, what is your important things when you're coaching tennis players?
Well, essentially, they're like any other athlete that just needs to move well, be strong, resist force, and be fit. Like they've come to us having done lots of Ks, running around ovals, typical like run, and we've just changed it to less running, more strength.
Yeah. So with the conditioning aspect, you do a fair bit of conditioning with Ethan. We'll give him a shout out. He'll like that. He'll get his little head on. What explain the protocol that you use when you're doing your conditioning work with Ethan?
So I looked into, like, I've done it at uni, so the maximal aerobic speed kind of idea. It's more used for footy players and stuff. So it's a way of kind of developing your aerobic speed and being able to keep going for longer over intervals. So the idea is you'll be able to perform at like intensity of 110, 120 of your maximal aerobic speed percent-wise, like in training, to then improve your maximal aerobic capacity while you're on the court with all the short bursts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense
us,
to
it
us.
does.
I don't know if it makes sense to anyone else, but I know, I get it. Yeah.
Well, I think you should take it a step back and explain how, like, you test.
Yeah, so you got to
Test.
test. There's 2 ways of testing it. I just use the good old beep test, and then you find the running speed that they can run at their top running speed.
So what
And
you do a sprint 10 timed?
No, you do a beep test.
So you do it off a beep test, the whole thing off a beep test?
Yeah, or you can do it off the one
Like
you
5 minutes straight or something.
something
Run
like
as far as you can for 5
yeah.
minutes, and then like
that.
work
So
out.
it's about turning the speed, their running speed, into how fast they should cover a distance in. So if they can run at 14 k's an hour or something, then that matches a certain time. So they should be able to do it in like 6 seconds, like a certain distance. So you choose the distance or the speed you want them to run at. So for tennis, they're only doing like 10, maybe 15-second rallies, really, unless a super long one. So
it's a lot shorter, more intense game than people give it credit for.
The 10-second one. So like a 6 second for Ethan, he would get up to about 50-ish meters. So he has to get there in 50 meters. Well, no.
He also run 50 meters in 6 seconds.
Yeah, well, he's not that quick. That's pretty quick, I think. But yeah, he has to run a certain distance in that time.
That's not.
That's pretty
100 meters,
quickish.
9 point whatever, isn't it? So 50 meters in 6. So that's pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's 12.
Yeah.
12's not fast.
I reckon he could probably get 12.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a big
Besides-
difference over 100
besides
meters
the
from
point.
12 to 9. Like that's like, that's
He hasn't done it for a while since before COVID, but he's looking at doing another training camp, so it will be coming in soon.
nice. Well, look forward to that, Ethan. One of the main things that, what I saw is that the US college system isn't very good for tennis. Is one of the things that I've noticed the most. A lot of the guys that we have done work with in the tennis is literally to get them ready for college. And I think we did too much of a good job, because once they came back from college, they were either broken, weak as piss, or had the worst technique I think we've ever seen. And it's pretty consistent with all the guys that we've sent to and have sent over to colleges or helped with their time to get to colleges. So, I mean, a big thing for us is making sure they're really strong, lower body wise, and then their shoulders as well. So that kind of helps. It's quite good, the swimming aspect that we do, linking that across to the tennis guys, because there's a lot of force going through those shoulders in tennis. So having strong shoulders is pretty key. And then just I think it gets confused with tennis that it's a long time on court, but not a lot of time doing stuff. There's a lot of equal rest periods, I think, in tennis.
Oh,
So
probably longer than equal.
yeah, there's a lot of sprinting and then stopping and then walking back and walking around and taking your time. So it's not actually that aerobic in nature. The entire game is very stop, start, move, change direction, move, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. A lot of movement in a lot of different directions. So training them that way is very important, and building strength laterally is something that we really took as a priority as well. Boys, your thoughts?
Yeah, I
You guys
agree
covered it.
100% with that.
Yeah.
I think, it's a very common mistake with a lot of sports is they go, oh, this sport's played for this amount of time. So, like say basketball, like basketball is typically like an hour and a half, right, to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, if you're taking their logic, you say, okay, go for a 90-minute run. Like in basketball, it's like stop, start, stop, start. Pretty similar to tennis, probably a little bit longer, like work to rest ratio. But
the work to rest ratio for basketball to tennis would be like almost.
It'd be close, but the rest would be much more passive in tennis.
Yeah, I was going to say, like the basketball, there's a lot of moving all the time, isn't there?
Mm.
It'd be a little bit like
short,
footy.
sharp effort. Yeah, I guess it'd be pretty similar. So short, sharp effort, but like the rest period would be much more active.
Yeah.
But you'd be saying, run for 90 minutes. And that's kind of what they're saying to these tennis players is, go do like a 10 plus K run. It's like, it doesn't really translate. Like, yeah, you need the aerobic base, but you got to train like a bit more specific than that.
It's not that high end anaerobic capacity.
What was that, Simon? I missed the first bit.
Yeah, that 10K run or whatever builds that low end aerobic fitness, but build the kind of high end anaerobic capacity.
And we're not saying it's not important to do the aerobic work, because that has numerous benefits in terms of your recovery and overall performance anyway, and your ability to have a work capacity. But it gets overhyped, I think. Jules, you're pretty quiet down there. Your beard's looking fantastic, actually.
I was just thinking that myself, actually. No, the thing I like about the tennis guys that we tend to coach, and I'm by no means an expert. I've just learned off sort of Simon and Ryan and those couple of guys we sent to America. I was around when they were sort of still training here, so I got a bit of a glimpse into it. The thing I like about coaching tennis players is that it's a fairly easy sport to like when we mimic movement patterns and sort of train through like different planes. Like you used to do the those medicine ball to the walls. When you found out that Belinda had a deficiency in her backhand, I think it was. So you can kind of mimic the same movement pattern. And I find that stuff to be kind of fun. But yeah, no, I think it's all been covered.
I mean, it's just rotational strength is important.
Yeah. And
like
really
you look at what they're doing
tennis.
every day is they have a strong base. So the squats are important. They have a strong base and the power's coming through the legs, and then they're rotating through. So if they're not doing rotational work, you're missing an entire component of what you're trying to do. It's not even trying to make it sport specific. Like we weren't mimicking the backhand. It was still equal right to left, but it's a case that they need to rotate with speed, and resistance is going to help that. Anyway,
I don't really like tennis anyway.
I love tennis. I'm a big fan of tennis. It's one of my favourite sports.
$1,000 a few weeks ago.
Hey?
Ethan won $1,000 in a tournament a few weeks ago.
Where was the commission rate?
I know, I'm still working on the contract.
You got to get those contracts locked down, man. We've been talking about this before he was earning money, and now he just got $1,000. Even if you got like,
He strained his glute first tournament, and now he spent $1,000 on physio rehab.
Oh, has he? Oh, I'll stuff him then. Why did he strain his glute?
I'll make $1,000 gambling anyway.
They're playing play court, I think, and first tournament since COVID.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, we could go into many things about tennis and the ways we could change the sport for the better, but we are not in that position, and it is not what people wish to hear all the time. So, moving on. Adam, it's time for your segment, my friend, before we get back to Jules and more tennis information. What movie did you watch this week?
Again, I didn't watch a movie, but I watched a TV show on Netflix for like the length of a movie. Does that count?
Yeah.
No.
What was the show?
It was called Street Foods, and it was like the Asia edition. It was really good. Highly recommend.
My God, you and Annika
gets
would love
5 out
watching
of 5.
TV together, right?
It gets 5 out of 5 hops. It was good.
Who's that one with? Who's
It's
the
just
presenter?
it's got like all different people. I don't know who's like producing it or anything. It's not like a Gordon Ramsay goes around. Like it kind of goes into each country and city.
Yeah,
So the
because
food looks amazing.
On our Netflix account that Annika has been watching that as well. I'm just getting it up now on my other screen because I've connected the screens up. I managed to fix my my multiple screens issue.
Yeah,
You'll be happy to know. Street Foods.
There's a Latin America and Asia
I think she's just started the Latin America one. So there's a lot of food.
I highly
shows,
recommend watching it.
Oh, yeah, she's got 4.
It's extremely wholesome as well. Some good wholesome viewing.
Why is it wholesome?
Just like these old people who are super happy and content with their life, just making food on the street.
Oh, it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it just makes you feel good.
Yeah, but
And
now
really
COVID's
hungry as
happened,
well.
they're all probably broke and homeless.
Yeah, they're probably like really happy when they're on camera.
No street food now.
What's another thing on Netflix? I watched something on Netflix the other day. It was really good. I'm just scrolling through Netflix now. I'm very distracted. Oh, Moneyball's a great film.
Okay.
Have you watched Moneyball?
No.
Have you watched Simon? You've seen Moneyball, haven't you?
That's good.
That's a wicked film. Watch Moneyball. That's your homework
What's
this
that
week.
about?
That is about.
It's about baseball, isn't it?
Far out. Shut up. That's about a guy who came in and changed the system of baseball. So he figured out all the statistics. You'll love it. You'll froth it.
I think I have seen
It's
that
pretty
one.
much what all sporting teams are pretty much based off this like system now.
Actually, yeah, I think I have seen that one. So it's a dude that like
All
went real
points
deep
based,
into
like,
the stats.
Yeah,
and
I think
like,
basketball teams do it now. Like
Yeah,
all
it's-
baseball guys do it.
and you get whole into the argument of like, is it a science or a sport? I mean, science or an art for like what sport is.
Yeah, like what
What,
players.
Somewhere
what
in
do you
between.
reckon?
That's a good question. It probably needs its own episode.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
next
that-
week's episode.
Footy's been
sport
ruined
dependent.
by footy's been ruined by an overemphasis on
On the
science.
science. Yeah.
There's a lot of players
Because-
that are quick and strong, and nobody can catch them. But their skills and understanding of the game are almost pathetic. But they're playing at the top level, so it's weird.
Yeah.
Is this
But then
based
you
on a
also
draft?
have like,
Yeah,
but then you also have stuff like, you know, how they're like super anal on like how many minutes each person plays.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, he's played this 3 minutes, so he's got to come off. But it's like, imagine if you just played the best 3 minutes of your life, like, and you get subbed off. Like, how mad would you be?
yeah, it sucks.
And that's where like you got to balance up like science versus the art. Like,
yeah,
it's like
agreed.
like obviously I can relate everything to basketball. You got like guys who like, okay, they kind of play like their 15 to 20 minutes a game or something. But say this bloke just scored 6 threes in a row. You're going to take him off? Like, probably
Yeah.
not. Like, keep him
Yeah.
on the court. So there's that balance to it.
Yeah, sometimes in football you'll see same sort of thing. Somebody will kick a massive goal in the context of the game, maybe to level up the scores or something, and they'll really be on one, and the whole team, you can feel the energy kind of lift. But then they've got to after goal rotation system. So after you kick a goal, you have to go and have a rest. So the whole team lifts, and then the player that just sunk the goal from 55.
What? If you score a goal, you have to come off.
Yeah. No, you don't have to, but like 90% of teams do.
Point.
It's a stoppage point, so they do their rotation. So players will run to the bench after they've kicked the goal. Almost.
Which is the
time.
dumbest thing ever, and that's where like science has science.
Not specific to the player kicking the goal, right?
No. Mostly the only players that don't really come off are small forwards, because they don't run much of a distance. But like if a centre half forward kicks a goal, he'll go to the bench straight after.
Which is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
But what if they've done nothing for most of the minutes they're on?
Well, if you're more than sort of X amount of time into a game, if you're more than 5 minutes into the game, they'll go off no matter what. As just part of like a time-based rotation policy.
Yeah, Simon, are you cooking a steak? What's going on?
Oh, no. I'll show you one.
New glasses.
Your glasses just turned up.
Oh, you're trying to sell these ones as well?
Nah, these are the ones I ordered to replace.
They look like the meme glasses. You look like one of the clients that I'm not going to mention the name of.
Leave them on for the app.
They're just essentially these ones, but with black lenses.
Mate, give yourself a Heisenberg hat and you could go make meth in the corner. Anyway, moving on. So, Jules, it's sport time, please.
All right, I got sport for you. I'm coming in hot. AFL, Australian Rules Football. Oh, man, it always does this. It refreshes when I click onto it. Okay. Where is the first day of the game? Okay. Adelaide got their first win against Hawthorn. I didn't think Adelaide would win a game this year.
They're not cooked.
So Adelaide got one win. No, they're still cooked. They're still dead last, but, they won.
What about the team that they beat? How bad that must they feel?
Well, yeah, it's not good. You don't want to be that team. Then West Coast beat Essendon pretty comfortably. The Dockers went down to Richmond, but they were actually all right. It was a pretty gallant effort from Fremantle. They're definitely the less talented team, and they put up half-decent fights, so that's okay. And also thanks to the Wednesday night club guys, because, sometimes I do sit there and watch the football if the Dockers are playing on a weeknight, which happens once every 5 years. So thank you for letting me off the hook. Sydney upset Melbourne. Last week I put the cooked stamp on Melbourne, and this week they were heavy favourites.
Rewind.
Yes.
Rewind. What happened on Wednesday?
I put my phone up with a footy on.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you like wagged work.
No, I was at work. My phone was in the corner with the footy on.
Sydney
beat Melbourne after I called that Melbourne were cooked. They went on to lose, so Jules called it. GWS beat Carlton. I called Carlton being cooked last week. I'm going pretty well with my calls. Brisbane beat Collingwood. Port beat North. Everything's pretty stock standard until last night when the Eagles did a bit of this one. A bit of choke action. 4 goals up in the first quarter. They went on to lose by 2 points. I need to make a point on this. This is my last point on football for the day. Do you remember 4 weeks ago, the Dockers were robbed by a really poor umpire call? And the only people that thought it was funny were Eagles fans and Carlton fans, because Carlton won and Eagles fans just hate Dockers fans. And I said on this very show, sitting in this very room, you guys laugh at us now, but one day it's going to happen to you, and I can't wait for that day. Well, last night, I think it was 90 seconds to go, the Bulldogs were behind, and they kicked a goal to put themselves in front, and they did a score review. And from one camera angle, so the umpire called a goal, right? But then the field umpire called for a review. One camera angle showed that the ball had passed the line when it was touched, but then the other camera angle showed that it hadn't. So it was kind of the angle of the cameras kind of affected the score review. So they couldn't make a decision with the virtual referee. And when that happens, which is pretty rare, they just give it the umpire's call, and the umpire's call was a goal. And then the Eagles lost by 2 points. So taste it. Sit there, taste it on your tongue. Taste the salt. And enjoy yourself, because I'm glad it couldn't have happened to a better bunch of blokes. Alrighty, NBA. Adam, how's the week gone? NBA, everything going as expected? Before I read the results.
Not really. was a pretty surprising week. The top seed in the East is down 3-0 in the second round, and the Celtics were against the second seed, and they started off 2-0, but now they've tied it up. So I think it was the first time in NBA history the top two seeds got down 2-0.
Did the Raptors hit a buzzer beater or something? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, and it was a pretty devastating shot.
Pretty clutch.
There was like
That's your team,
0.5.
isn't it? The other guys, the Celtics.
Yeah, there was 0.5 seconds on the clock. The Celtics have this guy called Taco Fall who's 7'6". So they got him to guard the inbound. So can you imagine, like, you're trying to pass it in, right? And there's
Andre the
this
Giant standing
7'6" of like an 8-foot wingspan, like, doing this. So they managed to pass it all the way across to the other side of the court. 0.5 seconds left. They're just like, quick shot, money.
Buzzer beater. That's gangster.
Okay.
So, as previously, which game was that? Was that to save
Game
themselves in the
3.
series, or what?
That was game 3.
Right.
So
from there, the Raptors won that game. Obviously, the Clippers pumped the Nuggets. The Heat pumped the Bucks. Houston beat the Lakers. Is that the top seed? Is the Lakers the top seeded team you're talking about?
no, but that was unexpected as well. But then Lakers absolutely, I think they pumped Houston today.
Yeah, they did.
So
They did.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston has a problem. The Bucks beat the Heat by 1 3-pointer. Or I could say beat them by 3 points. And then tomorrow there is 2 games, the Raptors and the Celtics, and that's the winner goes through, eh?
No, so it's still...
It says series tied 2-2. How many? Is it best of 7?
4. Yeah, best of 7.
No, that's going to go forever. Who knows who'll win that? Adam, who do you reckon?
The Celtics better win. If they blow
Celtics
it.
better win. And then the Nuggets and the Clippers tomorrow. Who wins that?
Basketball playoff season goes longer than their regular season.
Yeah, it's
The
crazy.
normal season's 82 games. So
Yeah, well, every playoff series seems like it goes to 82 games at this rate. The Super Rugby. Oh, boy. It's taking its time to load. But I can tell you that.
The Force lost, the Reds won.
Okay.
yeah,
The Force lost by 4 points to the Rebels, and the Reds did beat BRU, which stands for the Brumbies.
Yes.
Yes. That's a pretty gallant effort from the Force, isn't it? They lost by 4 points.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The Rebels are going in the finals, so
Don't they usually get pumped?
It's the first time they're going to the finals. I'm not actually sure what the finals are, to be honest. I think
Well,
it's
isn't there only 4 teams?
There's 5 teams, so I'm
by
pretty sure it's
default,
just,
everyone
I think
goes to,
everybody but one team goes to finals.
so everyone but the
I
Force.
don't know what they're jumping around like freaking maniacs for after the game, because they're just like, oh, look, we're going to the finals for the first time. It's like you literally only had to like get above one team, and the other team hasn't
The
been
team
playing.
sucked.
Well, it hasn't been playing.
2
any
last points
Super
on
Rugby.
sport. My second last point, should I say, in the UFC on the weekend, a 40-year-old Alistair Overeem won a heavyweight fight, which put him back in title contention at 40 years old at the top level against someone that was in their late 20s. And I love dad moments in sport. I love somebody that's like 40 plus, just like throwing a Hail Mary and holding on to their career. I reckon that's sick. So props to Alistair Overeem. He wants another title shot. He'll be 41 next year. I love it. And he's still jacked, which is sick. Okay, and then the last point, Novak Djokovic, the Serbian, has been disqualified from the US Open for hitting a ball lady in the throat with a ball by accident. So Ryan gave me the iggy on this morning that it happened. I didn't even know that was a rule, that you couldn't, like, it didn't really look like he meant to. The lady looked like a bit of a Karen, as the internet says. I think she put a bit of mayo on that. Coming from a wrestling background, what we call selling the injury, she seemed to be doing a pretty good job with the. But Novak Djokovic got disqualified, so he is ineligible. And then he posted a tweet. Kyrgios posted a tweet.
This is good.
Which is not his friend. These two don't particularly like each other, I think. And Nick Kyrgios said, and I quote, "Swap me for Joker's incident," so that's Novak Djokovic, Swap me for Jocker's incident. Accidentally hitting the ball kid in the throat. How many years would I be banned for? 5, 10, or 20? Which is a poll on Twitter.
What's the current result?
You know what? I'll vote.
I'm going to get it up as well. I'm going to see.
I'll vote on this.
I guess the other big news is Messi staying.
Yeah, Messi's
No one cares about soccer, Simon.
Oh,
So, I mean, stuff that. Like, what a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah, what a waste of an episode last week as well.
I'm voting
52% are on 20 years.
20. So that's that. That's interesting. What do you guys reckon of that? I don't know. How much money's on the line in the US Open?
Kyrgios probably would have got banned.
How much money is on the line? I'll get that up for you, Jules. You guys keep talking.
But
It's kind of. It seems stiff to me. Like, I don't know.
Well, they've had this rule in place for a couple of years now, and other people have been done for it.
But you're standing on the tennis court, so if you get hit with a tennis ball, isn't that kind of?
Yeah, but it's out
Yeah,
of
but
play, and
when
he's
you're
not
out of
supposed to be hitting the
play-
ball.
Fuck, he should have nailed her if he was going to hit her anyway. It's absolutely belted one at her 100 k's an hour.
But then, he would have got fined anyway, probably for the reaction, wouldn't he? Even if he didn't hit the lady.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
Holy moly.
Tennis. He's been in trouble a bit this year, Novak, hasn't he? Didn't he host some tennis tournament and they all got on the beers and then heaps of people got corona?
Yeah, so he literally is single-handedly made the corona outbreak in Serbia,
Yeah, what a
in
beast.
his home country of just because he wanted to play some tennis, he invited all his mates over from the world to play a tennis tournament, and he claimed it's for charity. And
the charity
they
of
all
beers.
got COVID. Everyone at the event got COVID, and it was the start of the outbreak in Serbia.
Yeah, well, not great.
He's up.
Anyway, that's sport.
The winner receives the singles winners from the men and women's draw receive. Oh my God, that's just for turning up. 31,000 just for turning up US. So if you
What does the winner get?
I don't know. We're not there yet. The winner of the quad single. What is this crap? Just tell me the number.
It's okay. I'm not that interested anyway.
I am.
It's a big number.
There's a prize pool of 53.4 million total. What's the largest in history for this tournament?
Well, I'll tell you who's not getting that.
Here we go. Dang. The man and women's single champion will receive 3 million each.
Yeah. US. Nice.
Not bad.
Oh no, it's down 22% from last year. So last year they had 22% more of that. This year they decided to just spread the purse out a bit more for everyone. So it's an increase in the total.
Oh, but not the winner.
But a decrease in the champions. So everyone's getting a bit more. So it's probably fair enough, to be honest.
Speaking of champions,
it's
we going
quiz
to the
time. Yeah. And guess what? We have a quiz on the US Open.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
I don't know any. I know a bit about it. I don't know.
Keeping it all. Look how streamlined this episode has been the whole way through. It's always had a tennis theme, feeding it all the way to this great moment at the end of the quiz. Simon, do you want to make your announcement before or after the quiz?
Go after. Gives me time to think.
After the quiz. You've had all this. You haven't said anything for the last 20 minutes. What have you been doing? Question number 1. With the 2018 US Open being the last Grand Slam tournament of the year, several players announced that it would be their last major. Which 36-year-old Spaniard and former world number 3 retired due to injury in the opening game of that tournament? Very specific question to get us going.
Wait, retired from the tournament or retired from the sport?
Retired due to injury in the second set of the opening match of his final tournament.
Of his final tournament.
Spanish, eh?
Well, Nadal's still playing, so it's not him.
Yeah, it's not.
Who would like to use their what is it? Their assistants.
A hint.
Wait, is this like a buzzer type deal? Like,
Well, it's not multi-choice, no. So it's
so it's a buzzer.
Just tell me the answer.
Spaniard, eh?
Simon, I can see in the reflection of your glasses what you're doing.
Is he Googling? Is he cheating? Is he actually?
Oh.
Hang on, I'm pinning his video.
Your glasses
What a
were
greasy,
reflecting
greasy-
the screen.
What a greasy man.
Oh.
He's not even denying it.
Is anyone giving this one a go?
No.
I have no
His
idea.
name was David Ferreira.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that bloke before.
What a
I
grub.
Okay, question number 2. Only one top 10 seed was eliminated in the first round of the US Open 2015. Who lost their first round? What? No, just these questions are so complicated and wordy. Oh,
I don't think anyone's gonna get
I'm
that.
skipping that one. The 2015 US Open was held at what city?
2015.
Yeah,
2015, what?
the
What
US
city?
Open. Where was it held in 2015?
Is there any like extra information on that or
Yeah.
what?
Any clues?
Yep, Flushing Meadows is the name of the arena.
Flushing Meadows,
Yeah.
Oh.
Jules,
Yes,
New York. Isn't that New York?
indeed it is. It's always held in New York. I don't know why that's a question. How did you know that?
Because I've been
Wrestling?
to New York.
Oh, look at you go.
Because I'm a baller.
I'm a bowler. Who was defending champion from 2009 who didn't compete due to injury? Who cares?
Jules. Leighton
Yes.
Hewitt.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Juan Martin Del Porto.
No
Is
portrait.
Simon falling asleep?
I thought this quiz would be better.
Ryan, you said you had a good. You didn't even look through the quiz. You just claimed. You just
got
claimed it
tennis.
was good.
Hey, I'm winning.
Minutes.
You gotta actually read the quiz through to see if it's good or not. You don't just
Yeah,
get off a
yeah,
web
yeah.
page.
Who became the
If
first
no one
woman?
gets one of the next... Hey,
Who became the first woman to beat the Williams sisters back to back in Grand Slams, and then went on to win the title?
who-
Has a boy's name or a girl's name. It's a boy-girl name.
unisex
first-
name.
The first name is very much a boy-girl name, pronounced differently.
Oh, is it an Australian or not?
God no, this is bloody.
Oh no, 2009. Is that what it was? It's a long time ago.
Yeah, look. Don't like my chances.
I don't know if I
All right.
have no idea.
In
No
what
idea.
year did Andy Murray win the US Open?
All right. Now this we can guess.
Adam, I think it was 2017.
No. Well, it could have been, actually. I didn't actually know that. He's won it more
Wait.
than once, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Simon, 2015.
Wasn't that already a question on who won 2015, or was that the retiring one? I can't keep up. There's too many numbers.
Is he right? Does he
Hang on,
even know the answer to his question?
Nah, I just made it up. Well, I just need to check. So I knew the year that I knew that he won. Wikipedia. What an excellent website.
You can tell who went to university.
If nobody is right on this one, I win by default because I'm the only one to get a point.
And yeah, this is the last one.
Worth 3 points.
Simon, no, you are incorrect.
I
correct?
win.
Was that
I
correct?
win.
What did you say?
2017.
No.
Uh,
I remember.
win
I will
What
give
was the
everyone
answer?
a...
Sickening score of 1.
What did you say, Jules?
No, I won the New York question, so it doesn't matter.
No, what did you say? Give it a guess.
You guys are both way off. I reckon it was 2013.
No. If we're going by the closest rules, Jules wins. It was 2012. Because I know this, because I was at school in my last year of school back in 2012. and I was sitting in homeroom, and me and one of the other teachers, who was also English and liked Andy Murray, because you don't like Andy Murray unless you're English, were watching the tennis results go by, and we're like, oh, he's going to win.
Was that in Bunbury?
Yeah, it was in Bunbury.
So it probably happened in 2008, and then you got the news in 2012.
Oh.
Right. That's the quiz. Well done, Jules. You won that one. Next week,
1 point.
with a good old solid 1. Simon, what is the challenge?
Go highest speed on the bike in kilometers.
For a minute?
Well, it doesn't have to be for a minute. You just said whatever time.
Fine. So what is the challenge?
So you got to record your highest speed on the bike, and I need video evidence.
But how does that translate to how long you're talking for?
He'll do it for his.
The whole
he'll
thing
do
was-
it for the highest speed. If the highest speed's
So if it's like 40 kilometers per hour, you're talking for 40 seconds?
40 minutes.
No.
Can you imagine?
All
I think I've never
time's
heard
been
Simon
set.
talk that long.
And on that excellent news, guys, of Simon doing a 40-minute podcast next week, we'll end it there. Thank you all for listening in today, and goodbye.